Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome to Jotunnslayer Hordes of Hel. It's a bullet heaven that I cover kind of often, which is a surprise. I was originally kind of tepid on this one when it came out, but it's actually kind of my comfort food bullet heaven. It's one of them. I have many. But yeah, I actually really like this game. Oh, what do we want to play? You know what? I'm going to just throw myself off the deep end. Let's go into a hard mode run, which might kill me, but it's fine. We're going to leave Evil Dead on. Should give me some bonuses. Yeah, it should be fine. We're just going to farm some money and then dive into some actual runs later, maybe. I haven't actually, like, farmed too deep into this game. I just play it, like, here and there for a run when I have, like, nothing better to do. But anyway, if you haven't seen it before, it's a Norse bullet heaven. There are many of them at this point. This is probably the one with the highest production value, which I find somewhat endearing. I don't know, they put a lot of effort into the 3D models, and it works really well. Let's see. Do we want Odin? Not overwhelmingly. So let's just go for this. Magnetized Anvil. An enchanted anvil. Delay secondary damage. No, is this the one where I just drop an anvil on things? Oh, and it homes back in on me. Okay. Let's see. Mushrooms or braziers? I don't know, collect 25 mushrooms. Just easy enough. Now, do we have plenty of spares? I think we do. So I can just run around grabbing mushrooms as we go along. But yeah, if you haven't seen this one before, very much follows a lot of the standard, Grand Smash, just chance to stun enemies. Rock Solid, it's like a little bit of max HP. Yeah, some of these are better or worse than others. I think I'm going to banish Rock Solid. It's good, but it's like, only increases my HP by like 20%. I'm not really sure if we need that as something I should invest my points into, and we'll work our way down. Anyway, yeah, Norse bullet heaven doesn't really do too much different. I mean, it's got your kind of standard, here's your fixed number of abilities, you level them up X number of times, they get stronger. Rinse, repeat until you're done. Do we want Freya? I have no idea. I think I also have this turned down too low. Probably because I was having a conversation with my wife and I turned it down. Okay, Warden. I'm gonna keep focusing on this because we only have 5 weapon slots, and I kind of want to use just my character abilities rather than any specific god ability. For reasons I'll get into a bit. Namely, I haven't invested the meta progression required into actually boosting any of the gods and their abilities. So let's see, do we want Brock and Sindri? Yeah, they give us some nice passives. So increases attack damage, god skills, or class and god skills critical damage. Let's just go for attack damage for the time being. I believe this guy's auto attack is actually specifically, well, it's pretty strong. It does a lot of damage. Namely, it's got that kind of nice bouncing, let's see, attack critical hits have a chance to apply bleed or shock status, which is interesting. I'll have to get my crit up, but yeah, I'll pick it up. Get out of the pool, and also seems good. Let's see. But yeah, so this guy's got a homing hammer. I mean, it's like a homing ricochet hammer. Hits an enemy, bounces to the next one. Something about, you know what? It's probably because my first, like, Dungeons & Dragons 3rd edition campaign, I had a throwing and returning hammer, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And so anytime I'm playing, like, a game where I can have a throwing and returning weapon, instantly I'm just like, yeah, I like that one. So why am I coming back to this? I should probably mention, I got a big update a couple months ago, last month. It was like mid-December. I don't think I've ever picked Scotty before. So let's see what she gives. I mean, nothing fancy. Let's just go for, do we care about chance to freeze? No, but I'm going to snag it anyway. I don't think we want Loki. He's good for status effect builds. Double cast skill when health is low. That's unlikely to happen. I'm hoping to get, whatever the sea god is on this one. But yeah, I got a big update adding 2 new gods, 2 new characters, and like a whole mess of other things. And also just kind of, it's a slow week. And so I figured I'd just tackle a bunch of older games that I enjoy playing occasionally. And also I need something to kind of, I just shut my brain off a little bit. And I find bullet heavens are very good for that. I mean, I don't know. Modern times kind of suck, and so it's weirdly hard to be a YouTuber See, do we care about Thor? Not overwhelmingly. Ground Smash usable more often. Should probably grab that even though I don't actually have Ground Smash yet. But yeah, I know a lot of people like watch my videos, maybe not exactly for escapism, but like it's actually weirdly tricky for me, who is supposed to be recording these videos for some of that degree of escapism. But I myself have to make sure that I'm in like tip-top condition. TikTok condition. Oh god, no. I have proudly only ever watched 2 TikToks in my life, and it was entirely because I had to look something up, and it was only available on TikTok. And I was just like, alright, fine. I'll put up with it here, but that's it. And I haven't been back since, and I'm very happy about that. I don't know. I don't know why I need to humble brag this one. It's fine, I'm sure. I think it mostly just... Oh gosh, yeah, there were no spare mushrooms. Usually for these games, they give you a spare, just so you don't have to go get all of them. But hey, next objective in 3 seconds. Cool. I like that. One thing I absolutely wish more Bullet Heavens had. Goes to the Chieftains, gives me more gold. I wish more Bullet Heavens had objectives like these, things to do so you're not just running around fighting enemies in the field. A lot of them are getting better about this, but many of them are not. Many Bullet Heavens are just like, yep, you're just a dude in a field fighting endless monsters. And sometimes that's fine. Sometimes that actually can be quite fun. Do we want to go for her? Actually, yeah. She's got some that gives me money. Double cast on a single cooldown? Sure. So we've got a chance of just casting a skill twice. I'll take it. I forgot I actually have like a use skill. 2 use skills. I've got a ground slam that I can do. And then I can also send out kind of my, like a rolling shield thing. And I forget about it often. Dang, that freeze is actually working better than I thought it would. But hey, it's fine. Okay. Other thing I like about this, no evolutions or overclocks from what I can tell. You can unlock like a 4th level for abilities that makes them more powerful. That's kind of the closest you can get, but you do get a subclass a couple levels in, and I think that's nice. So we can get one that gives me extra crit chance for my... Oh, critical attack, critical hit chance, weapon skill, critical hit chance. So it makes my Q ability auto crit. This is kind of good, especially if I wanted to go for that bleed and bolt. This is good for healing. This makes it so bonus skill or reward chance plus 25% and experience gain up. And then every time I collect gold, my collection range and healing power go up by a little bit. I'm going to go for Adventurer. I think the crit chance one would be good, but pickup range is actually extremely helpful. Because there are magnets in this game, they're just few and far between, and so anything that can boost my collection range might actually be good. So I have a modifier on. You might notice that there's kind of these ghostly enemies running around. It's called Evil Dead. It's just a mutator, but it gives me more resources. But enemies have I think it's like a 5% chance of not dying, and they become kind of an invincible ghost for a while. See if we can get... Attack lifesteal is tempting. Attack crit chance, also kind of tempting. I do like the attack lifesteal since I don't have much for healing. Or maybe I do. I think I actually have a decent amount of regen, so sure, we'll pick it up. But yeah, to go back to the modern times escapism thing, just for a little bit, I've spent more or less the last hour listlessly browsing my phone. You know, kind of just like punishing myself for existence, question mark. And today's a bad news day, at least from where I'm from. And so it's kind of one of those where it's just like, okay, I need to stop this. Even though, like, I am 100%, like, a stress ball for, like, things that are happening in reality, sometimes you just gotta check out from that and just get to work functionally. Okay, so we could go for some extra attack damage, is tempting. More lifesteal, collection range, banishes. We don't need banishes. But this is kind of useful, because you can actually get it so it, like, locks off certain, certain god boons, which is helpful. Anyway, the reason why I wanted the, gold digger, subclass here is mostly just because a lot of enemies drop a bunch of gold, and now my collection range is huge. Can't see it, but you definitely can see, like, I'm picking up a lot more experience from way further. And it's nice. It's convenient. Let's see. So what's I gonna grab? Chest? Chest. Unfortunately, the chest rewards are kind of iffy. We could do a magnet. But I think I'd rather just go for the pouch of coins. I think it's like a 15-to-1 ratio for talent points, so this game has an extensive meta progression system. We will take a look at it after this run is done. Let's see. Yeah, keep going, Warden. I was hoping to grab God Skill Damage, Mithril Hammer. Oh, we definitely want this one. So this makes it so when my hammers ricochet, they're actually splitting into two. And so this gives me a really nice cascade death effect. And survive the curse. That'll be nice and easy. Plus 12 gold is good. But yeah, so this has really extensive talent tree system. It's not to the degree of like Path of Exile or anything like that, but effectively each character and god has their own little talent tree that lets you upgrade their abilities, gain new passive effects, and so on and so forth. And boy, you need to do a lot of grinding to be able to max it out, which is why I'm doing this run right now with this character. I've got a bunch of like talent points and modifiers to specifically give me additional resource gain and gold gain and whatnot. Keep pushing Brock and Sindri, because I was really hoping to go for... I mean, we could also just reroll these. I'm just going to banish that one because I'm not using it. The extra experience is kind of nice, but I don't know if I care. Let's go for the attack crit chance. The other one is attack cooldown, which also would be quite good. Anywho, what was I talking about? Things. The demons inside my head. I mean, it's not, though. Like, the weird part is, so... people have been a lot testier recently for obvious reasons. Like, I know I don't want to, like, get deep into, like, modern times. This does kind of break the, like, hey, this is a break from life. Ooh. Do we care about any of these? Not really. Slowing, snow-covered areas. Floating cold spirit amidst ice shards. That's kind of tempting. Sure. Oh, it's Frost Orb from Diablo, kind of, sort of. I'm honestly shocked that we haven't gotten more games that are just like, it's Diablo, but it's a bullet heaven. Like, some of my favorite memories were of, like, playing Diablo 2 back in the day. But once you cleared out an area, it was just kind of empty and over. I kind of think it would be really fun to play just, like, effectively Diablo 2, but the enemies don't stop spawning, they're just constantly coming at you. And so it's more about just, like, getting from point A to point B without getting overwhelmed. And it's just this, like, big standard ARPG, but everything wants you dead. Okay. Damage of ground smash. Thing is, we haven't actually gotten ground smash yet. We've got the anvil, and we've got the fist. But that's fine. Let's see. But yeah, so... people have been obviously testy due to modern times everywhere. I've definitely... double chest, too. Yes. Okay, damage or god skill... no, soulstone, that's a skill point. We want those. Damage on class skills. God skill upgrade. No, let's go for Charm of Men. And we've got a little gold demon over here we want to go smack, too. Yeah, bring on more of those mid-bosses. The base easy mode of this game is way, way too simple, and so I'm actually really digging hard mode for actually giving me fun things to play around with. So health regen is kind of tempting. Weapon cooldown is nice. I think I'm going to push the crit, just so I can get that status effect off more often. We're going to have a boss at the end of this, and I want to somewhat prepare around the idea of fighting them. Plus anything that boosts my regular attack is good. A little bit of movement speed wouldn't be a bad idea too. Well, anyway, but yeah, so on Discord, we're having people just arguing about things. The interesting thing is, like, almost every single argument that I have on my Discord, usually people are either in agreement or it's one of those where it's just, like, not even lack of understanding. It's one of those where, like, somebody cares deeply about something, other people don't. And it's kind of this, like, back and forth for a little bit of, like, no, like, this is a thing worth caring about. I think a lot of people are just kind of capped out. Empathy fatigue, but on, like, an industrial level. Let's see. Okay. Each stun applied to an enemy might oh, shit, that's actually really good. I'm actually going to banish Law and Order. We're not using that. These are great, actually. Let's grab Resonance. So that means that whenever we stun something, we potentially reduce our cooldowns just by a little bit. Or reset the cooldown on something. That seems really helpful. I'm definitely going to have to, like, scale up my stun, though. But there was a conversation on Discord as part of this of, like, yeah, should we just shut down, like, any level of, like, arguments, period? And let's just Crystal Geo, gain a level. Keep pushing this. I wonder if I'm... Oh, the fist has a stun. That's good. I wonder if I'm actually capped that I can only have a certain amount of class abilities. And that's why I can't find the ground fissure. It's possible. Anywho. But yeah, I was kind of discussing, like, you know... Do we shut down any level of arguments as soon as they happen? The problem is, like, you can't do that, because it was like, well, okay, is this making our community toxic? And the answer is very much no. It feels like a lot of the toxicity that I'm experiencing in life is almost entirely external rather than internal. Where it's usually... Do we want to... Yeah, let's keep pushing that crit chance just so I can get a little bit more. You know, that... If you're sad and depressed or, like, life kind of sucks right now, you know, personal responsibility is still somewhat there. You know, my own bad habits are not making things better. So, yeah, I've been kind of glum for the last couple of years. I mean, really, ever since COVID. Before COVID. I've been glum for a while. But, you know, it's only gotten worse over the last X number of years, largely just due to the fact that, I mean, if we want to get, like, really deep into this... okay, do I want to grab any of these? This one's got the stun chance, which is tempting. I do like the extra projectiles, but yeah, let's work on getting my fist up. If we want to get really deep into this, a lot of our problems are coming to roost because unfettered capitalism has just kind of wrecked human society. That we had decades of infinite growth, and... didn't really come up with a good exit plan. I'm on the wrong side of this, aren't I? Let me fix that. Sorry about that. There we go. Not that you've needed to see my health bar this entire time. But I might as well be on the opposite side. Just so I'm not covering any of the UI. Anyway, yeah, we've had decades of infinite growth, which fueled capitalism for a while. However, you know, somewhere around the 80s, especially in the US, public policy shifted, and so instead of, you know, having wages keep up with the productivity of the working class. Yes, we're just going this far. I don't know, this is in my brain. Additional damage to enemies that are stunned, chance to double cast, chance to stun enemies with a successful block. I mean, it's not a bad idea to pick up. It is a stun. I just don't know if I can stun bosses, which is why I'm kind of dubious on this. But yeah, so, like, you can see the charts. Like, wages have not kept up with productivity or inflation or anything roughly since the 70s or 80s, give or take. And the only reason why things were able to kind of maintain is just because, especially with infinite growth capitalism, even though wages weren't keeping up, the cost of living hadn't gone up nearly as hard. Combo that with, you know, women entering the workforce, and so a lot of households were able to have, faster weapon skill cooldown. Oh, but that's this one. That's not nearly as helpful because I don't use it much. Women entering the workforce effectively doubles your average income of a household and allows anybody to be, or everybody to be independent. Anyway, problem with this is that a lot of this was fueled by the fact that, you know, the populations were booming super duper hard and for, like, well, I mean, pretty much ever since the Dark Ages. However, we've kind of hit that point where it's slowing down hard because, hey, world ain't what it used to be. There's not as much space. You know, I'm not going to have a kid unless I can have a house. And right now, it's not looking good about me having a house anytime soon. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for this one. And I'm assuming that that is very much the case for a lot of other people in my general generation, which means that millennials, who are the highest number of people in the, or highest number of people, is the largest human generation that has ever lived. We ain't having kids. And a significant portion of us still live with our parents or in, like, you know, sacrificial pylons? Yeah. Oh god, there's 5 of them. That's fine. Let's just open these up. We'll be okay. It's just damage for class skills, attack speed. I do like Charm of Trolls, though. That is really tempting. However, attack speed is regen for me as I have lifesteal. Okay. Anyway, so the problem is because my generation, I'm assuming a lot of us, for those of us watching this video, 4 projectiles? No, let's try and get that one up. The problem is the bonus projectiles don't do anything against the boss, so it's not as useful. But because millennials are the largest generation, and whatever generations follow after us are going to be progressively smaller, human population just is not going up nearly as fast as it used to be, and presumably will eventually plateau out and maybe even drop. It's already dropping in a lot of countries, and this is causing huge problems because, hey, infinite growth capitalism doesn't really work if you don't have any infinite growth. And rather than fixing this, you know, we're just turning to imperialism and a bunch of other things to try and squeeze as much wealth out as possible before everything falls apart. It's effectively realizing that the oceans are not replenishing the fish, and so instead of saying, hey, maybe we should just stop fishing for a while, the solution turns to, maybe we should just catch all the fish before somebody else catches all the fish. Oh, did it reset this? That's stinky. Oh, well, it's fine. There's plenty of enemies to die in the immediate vicinity, so it's not really a problem. Let's go Freya, see what she can give me. Collection range of experience and items. I'm going to just grab that because now my collection range is functionally the size of the screen, which should be good. And so now that some of the, you know, some of the problems that we've been ignoring for decades are starting to become like an actual problem, rather than, you know, trying to fix the problem. It's mostly just, once again, doubling down hard on, you know, imperialism, authoritarianism, and mass wealth extraction. AI is a good example of this. Hey, you know, artists are expensive. Can we just ice them out of, ice them out of ever being able to make a living? Cool. That's an easy way of cutting costs. Or, you know, just paying everybody considerably less and renting things to them instead of actually letting them buy stuff. I think the phrase a while ago, chance to stun enemies on attack, was you will own nothing and like it. This is something I think that was specifically said about, was it Game Pass? Like, this is a gaming thing. Like, the weird part is, like, Steam and a lot of gaming has actually been, like, kind of a test bed for extremely unethical... Let's see, Godskill? Magnet. Godskill. Free level is good. Even if I don't care deeply about that one. But, gaming has been a very good, like, test bed for trying out a whole mess of different, unethical monetization schemes and whatnot. Like, I believe straight up Valve's like skins market was the basis for NFTs. Let's just grab that. It's not particularly useful at the moment, but anything that gives me gold right now is good. Okay, and next challenge is beat the boss. And so what this has done is kind of created this circumstance system where everybody is like poorer than ever, angrier than ever, and stuffed into smaller and smaller sardine cans. So everybody's just kind of lashing out at each other. And it's kind of rough because it's just like, yeah, what can you do? There's almost no solving a lot of these problems apart from just... I'm just going to grab these 2 chests. I do... Oh, there was a magnet there. Whatever. We'll be fine. But, you know, back when you could have had class solidarity, things are just too big, too spread out, and too messy. We don't need rerolls. I'm not doing anything with that. And so it puts everybody in a position of just screaming at each other as opposed to the actual solving any problems. Let's see. Let's just go for 4 hammer. I want to take out the big guy, but I think we're just going to have to wait for that. He'll probably be present during the boss fight. Grab the magnet? Grab the magnet. Not that there should be too much for me to magnetize at this point. Okay, good. Mid-boss is following me. We just want to make sure he's kind of within this circle, so that when it is time to fight the boss... Ah. Oh no, it is still the Bone Jotun. Bone Jotun is fun to say. Okay, how's my health doing? Actually not amazing. I do have to worry about that. A lot, actually. I mean, if I die, I die. This is my first time playing this on hard. Ow. Oh, we blocked it. Good. One thing I did do to hopefully make this a little easier. No. I raised my movement speed, but it was not enough. Ouch. Oh, it's fine. 150,000 damage to add the rest of these. Anvil was actually kind of garbage, and Snowflake was terrible. Yeah, unfortunately, the balance of build crafting here is a little rough, but it's fine. Just to finish the thing on Discord, it was like, well, you know, do we actually, like, lock these things down? The answer is, no, people are just going to be lashing out endlessly anyway. There's almost nothing you can do about it. Okay, ooh. Permanent passive, extra gold whenever you open a chest. Sure, we'll snag that. Oscillating hammer. Okay. Oh, so we can unlock hammer time, and then we can get it so it evolves. I think I'm going to leave that for the time being. Chance to block incoming hits. This one's extremely useful, actually. Oh, this unlocks the ability, but reflect chance and then heal hero whenever you reflect, which is actually kind of good. These are the two characters. I got to do Svartalheim on normal and Helheim on normal. Do I want to play a different character is the question. I like the dwarf. I think we're going to stick to the dwarf. Okay, so let's go to the god talent trees instead and see what we can pick up. So a number of these are passives on the right. These work for everyone. And I'm trying to kind of max them out because a lot of them are extremely good. Double skill and reward. It's like an 8% chance, but that's still kind of useful. More golden imps is tempting. Now, okay, these are evolutions for different things. So, bonus collection range. Let's see, heal. Let's see, bonus attack speed and reduce cooldown. Damage for class skills, and then chance to double cast. Some of these are, like, actually extremely good. Which is why, yeah, I probably should boost Brock and Sindri. I think I want to grab that one, just because actually good. I was hoping to get Nord, because some of his are quite good. Because, yeah, the resource bonus is nice. Or, should I actually grab these? Let's just go for a chance for a common treasure chest. Let's see. So, a little bit of experience gained. It's only a little, though. Attack damage, which is handy. What she got? Cooldown reduction, which is quite good. Chance to reflect. Okay, let's go back to the dwarf for a second. Let's just grab this one. And go for the cooldown reduction. Alright, and trophy haul. Oh, we've got 3 more that I can get to. Oh. Damn. No, I think I'm just going to go for the cooldown reduction. Max that out, because that's extremely good. Okay, so we tried... We should probably unlock some of these other ones. Oh no, we could. Okay, so we have Gear Wheel. Oh, this is the class skill. So this gives me reduced cooldowns, crit damage, movement speed, max health, healing power, and experience gained. think I'm going to go for this one. Given the movement speed. We have skins, but we have to, like, buy these. I would say this actually has some pretty unethical marketing. Well, I wouldn't say unethical marketing. They made a bunch of extremely cool-looking skin packs, this one especially, and I'm, like, honestly tempted by them. I know I shouldn't wail for games too much, but it's, like, actually always just lightly tempting. Let's go to Svartalheim. I think that was one of the requirements to unlock a character, right? Classes here. Svartalheim and then Helheim, which we haven't unlocked yet. So, going to Svartalheim. Let's beat it and see if... because, yeah, this is Helheim. Can't get to. And then there's Elfheim, which is the new one, which I super can't get to. So, Svartalheim, on normal. Oh, the modifiers are actually unique to the map. That's cool. Sure. Alright, so what am I going to do with this build? Not a clue. I mean, I think the big one to note was that the anvils were garbage. The fist was decent. So we'll keep that in mind for the future. Go from there. Ooh. Okay, that weapon skill is actually good. Kind of wish I could turn it on autocast, too. Let's see. Yeah. I think we'd picked up Rebound, but, turns out can't rebound, or can't get the ground smash bonus. Let's just go for a level, actually. 3 gold is nice, but we don't benefit from it right now. Okay, let's grab her again. Cooldown, sure. We'll go for the ice arrow. Okay, so the runners aren't particularly bright. Oh, no. Okay. Problem is, neither am I. Weapons cooldown, skill cooldown? No. So the problem is my character does not lead shots, and the hammers do not home. So my character will spend a significant portion of time... Okay, I gotta figure out how to specifically turn off auto fire. Okay. Banishes class and god skills critical damage, weapon skill damage. I'm gonna banish weapon skill damage. I'm just not using it. I'll grab the collection range. Not that it's particularly amazing. Oh, and we open this up. Alright. All we have left is find the last runner. He's up here. That's not so bad. Let's see. Do we want to try Loki this time? Kind of. Dash usable more often? Not that my dash is a dash. It's a ground smash. I need to be able to lead shots to hit this guy. Though it does help if I, like, line up directly behind him. Let's see. I was going to talk about... I don't know. Like, I don't want to get deep into the, like... the whys and the whats of why society is kind of having a bad time here. I think most of us kind of get it. Let's see. Do we want to go for the crit chance again? You know what? Let's actually go for some regen. Boost that a little further. Chance to knock back and damage enemies with a successful block. I guess I'll take it. Oh, we have a random chest here. Right, because I picked up that thing. 20% chance of a boring chest, like a basic chest whenever we level. That's actually huge. I gotta get the other one that's a 5% chance for an equally good one. Mostly it's just kind of the I don't know, casual reminder, like, if things feel like they're bad now, almost all of it is because of things somewhat outside of your control and your purview. And while it is extremely tempting to, like, shut down and just kind of, like, zonk out and say, like, okay, I can't do this, or, or to just kind of give in and be mean. Let's see, do we want to grab Seismic Shock? I think so. I do Overview. Oh, Ground Smash is this. Yeah. Okay, banishes, collection range, damage or god skills. I should probably invest in just a little bit this time around. Because I think we did hamstring my overall potential god skill range just a smidge. I'll grab the magnet even if it's not amazingly good. But yeah, just be nice to people. And yeah, if possible, do nice things for people around you instead of just being like testy and angry all the time. Because I think a lot of people are more likely to be... Ooh. Critical... Yeah, sure. People are more likely to be like nasty and angry if they kind of are ignoring a problem. It's like, your kitchen. If your kitchen is dirty and like a mess, which mine currently is, I need to wash things in my kitchen. The problem is I have a cut on my right hand, which is my dominant hand, and so it's like I don't really want to wash dishes while my, you know, I've got this like very painful like scab on my middle finger. I could probably do it at this point. Yesterday I didn't want to because it was much fresher. But like if you feel bad or stressed out or overwhelmed by things and your kitchen's messy, go clean your kitchen. Same thing with your bedroom, your bathroom and whatnot. Like, sometimes that little aspect of, like, mindfulness, the awareness that, like, hey, I'm feeling bad about things. You know, this is something you know, that's making me angsty. Sometimes it's worth just examining, like, okay, what are the smaller things that are making me angsty? The things that seem less consequential. And are there ways that you can, like, fix and address that? And more often than not, like, not to say that, okay, do we actually want to try something different this time? I think I'm going to go for the weapon skill chance. The healing would have been tempting. There we go. But yeah, the acknowledgement of like small, especially like deeply personal inconveniences can often be... Like, addressing those can often be, like, the biggest mood boosters, even though the rest of the world sucks and is horrible. Let's see, Survive the Curse of the Depths. That's a new one. I guess I haven't really spent a whole lot of time on this specific mode. Let's get my attack crit chance sky high. Like I said, it does feel like going hard on attack is kind of the trick. Maybe I'll mess around with god abilities later. But consistently I'm finding that my like god abilities seem to be pretty good. Okay. So I don't mind this one too much, but I don't like the sound effect. The the background endlessly is a little... It's fine. I'll get over it, but still. The other thing is, like, very much examining what your media diet is. One thing I was kind of realizing about myself last year is I didn't actually finish a whole lot of video games. Like, I played a lot. Obviously, I have to. It's my job. But I wasn't actually spending a whole lot of time, like, really sitting down to play and finish anything. I was just kind of idly playing stuff as kind of like a time waster. And I think sometimes that's fine. There's a lot of games that are not meant to be played. Roguelikes and Bullet Heavens are good examples, or not meant to be played, not meant to be finished. Roguelikes and Bullet Heavens are good examples of this. These are not games that are really meant to be completed in any kind of capacity. I mean, if you want to max them out, you can. But it's mostly just like a short jaunt and a decent amount of fun as part of it. I always want to grab the chests. Crit chance, crit chance. Since my crit chance is already pretty good at the moment. But Like, bullet heavens are short jaunts, and they're fun, and, like, I legitimately think they're worth it, but I saw a comment from somebody recently on one of my videos, it was a different bullet heaven, where they're like, oh, let's grab the attack lifesteal, because we want to max that one out, if possible. It was for, Keeper's something, I forget the second half of that game's name, but another bullet heaven, but it was kind of short. There wasn't a whole lot of, like, replay value on it. Kind of like this one, you know, your build variety is a little on the low side, so it's like, it feels a little deflating to play some bullet heavens like that, just because it's like, yeah, but, you know, Death Must Die is massive and has tons of things to grind for, more or less. But, like, I will tell you now, there's actually a real sense of satisfaction having a much smaller game that you can beat in a night, rather than have this big thing that almost kind of turns into a chore by the time it's done. Over the holiday break, I played exactly 2 games. I played Sword of the Sea, and then I started playing Eternal Strands. I love both. I think they're actually both extremely good games. Chance to burn, sure. Let's go for the Seismic Fissure. Oh, we got a random chest. I like those. I'm just going to grab the rerolls. They're kind of helpful at the moment. But yeah, so I played Sword of the Sea because I loved Journey. I loved Abzu. I really liked Pathless. There we go. It took me a little bit to remember the name of that one. But like, I thought those were all great games, and I was like, yeah, I'm sure I'm going to like Sword of the Sea. I enjoyed the video I did on it, and it seems like a good time for me to finally sit down and play through the rest of it. And so I did. And I beat it in a single sitting, and it was nice. I actually didn't like the game that much. This isn't, like, fully true. Like, I thought the game was fine, but it suffers from the same thing that I think a lot of games are starting to suffer from, which is, we're all out of ideas, let's remake the thing that already was successful, and hope people like it. And my problem I'm running into with that is that doesn't work. Let's see. Random status with the use of weapon skill. Oh. Just banish that. I'll grab 3 banishes. I'm not applying enough stuns to really make that one worth it, nor to go that direction build-wise, and that's fine. But so yeah, Sword of the Sea very much kind of felt like it was just trying really hard to be... It was trying really hard to just be... Oh, I can stun these guys. That's useful. I can also just run circles around him and ground slam repeatedly, which is very funny, actually. Okay, max health. Yeah. The class skill's tempting, but the max health is very useful. We're also taking a lot of damage here, so I should probably address that at some point. I mean, we have some food. Just need you to die. There we go. There's some food. Let's see. Do we want to... Let's keep going for this one. What I'm looking for... Technically none of these. I'm going to snag that one just because. Yeah, the... I don't want to be super dismissive of this, but this has felt like it's been a serious issue. Okay, so we're supposed to demolish the thing. Oh, that's funny. So I just have to dodge all of the barrels while they ram into the central pillar. I gotcha. That's fun, actually. I'm assuming they do a ton of damage to me if I let them get close. I like that. That's one of the better, like, micro objectives I've seen. Trying to find the one that gives me the lifesteal bonus, because that's going to be the most useful. Do you want to grab the banish? I think so, especially if we're trying to max out my lifesteal here. But yeah, so like ultimately Sword of the Sea, it was charming, but it like, you know that thing in Journey where you get your first like really long sand surfing moment, and it's really beautiful and you're sliding through a bunch of runes and it's really cool, and you're not really doing anything, but the music and the ambiance and just the coolness of the sand surfing just feels really emotional in a very satisfying way. Sword of the Sea does that like 3 times, and the first time it's like, oh yeah, this reminds me of Journey, I like that. The second time I'm like, this reminds me of like an hour ago, and the third time you're like, come on, stop. And what it does is it kind of makes a game feel like it doesn't have an identity anymore. You know, it has good ideas behind it, and there's reasons why. Banish that, I'm not going to be using it. Class and God skills, critical damage. I mean, that one's kind of good. Unfortunately, this game suffers from very full pools, so you can't really get everything that you want. Which I think is a bit of a downer, but hey. But it's one of those where, I mean, I'm sure with every single one of these games, you could go deep into it and kind of explore where this kind of went wrong. But I think the biggest one is just kind of the acknowledgement that the games industry is not like it used to be. Easy example of this, honestly, is this game, actually. So this is a very high budget, nice looking bullet heaven. One that I enjoy purely because I think it looks nice, and it has just that right level of, like... Okay, there it is. That right level of rat brain, like, reward mechanisms and things to do that you never really, like, slow down to stop. And so, for me, it turns into a very good banter game. One that I can just kind of zen out and enjoy. Whee! Okay, so what am I supposed to do with this one? Oh. Am I... That's fun. I like that a lot, actually. Like, I know it's kind of nothing, but I was just like, oh yeah, how's this supposed to work? I don't actually understand the mechanics of this at a glance. And then you stick with it for a little bit more, and it's like, oh, the spike ball's trying to hit you. Get it to break these things. Like, I don't know, there's something about that, like, sense of discovery of, like, game ain't gonna tell you what it does. You have to kind of feel it out yourself. Feels good to me. Let's see, what was I going to say on this one? Oh, right. So, I mean, if you saw my video on it yesterday, I did a video on Mega Man Legends, which pretty much no one cares about anymore except for people that played it when they were younger, which is unfortunate because I love the game and I actually am going to do a series on it. Probably should not be there when that's getting slammed. There we go. Hopefully that's within range. Got it. Okay, and last one, Son of the Jotun. Oh boy. I should be remembering to hit my spacebar when I get surrounded like that. Unfortunately, some of these enemies do contact damage in a really bad way. No, let's go for the level. Brock and Sindri. Attack speed? Attack speed. Okay, so we're not in a good spot. Because fool that I am, I actually did take an amount of damage here. So we need to let the lifesteal kind of heal us back up. Okay. Retribution, thank you. Been waiting for that this entire time. So now I have a small chance of reflecting projectiles and healing off of it. Which is very helpful. Is he going to spawn? Oh, he is going to spawn the dude that runs around. I guess they die fast, though. Okay, Charmer Trolls. Yeah. Do I want to go for Magnet? I think so. We haven't had the Super Magnet like we did last time. And so being able to actually heal here is going to be handy. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't do enough damage that I'm, like, cutting through these guys. Like, my regular attacks do only 14 damage, which is actually a little low. Well, I was hoping to boost my status effects and damage a little bit more, but alas. Chance to stun enemies on attack? I mean, kind of have to. Alright, well, let's summon the boss because I don't have too much time. I might still get killed on the boss, but hey, is what it is. Oh, and the boss has a separate arena. Fair enough. It's a clunky, corrupted golem thing. I actually really like the design. Like, whoever's on the art team for this game did a really good job. Ow. Yeah, I really got to figure out if there's anything I can do to give myself more movement speed. Holy shit, this thing has a lot of health. Ow. Well, at least I've got lifesteal and regen this time around, so maybe we'll be okay. Maybe. We have not done much damage to him, though. Which is not great. Okay, anyway, Mega Man Legends. So I love Mega Man Legends. I think it's an incredibly good game, and I legitimately wish Capcom had finished it. I also just want to play it through to the end, because I've never actually finished it, because I've never owned it. I went out of my way last year to buy a bunch of used games that I missed out on when I was a kid, because I figured, you know what, if not now, then when? And also because, yes, I would like to maybe take some time and play games, at least as like a one-off video or a full series. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's the YouTube algorithm or like audience interests, but most underperforming video I've released all year. Not that there are many. Anyway, oh, the ring moves now. That's fun. Oh, that's cool though. Because the outer ring moves... Oops. Ow. Yeah, the outer ring... Yeah, you can kind of use it to get a speed boost somewhat. Ow. It's okay, we've got plenty of healing, so we can kind of make our way back. Kind of. He's getting a lot more aggressive, which is not helping my case. Okay. Anywho. What was I going to say about any of this? So, the thing about Mega Man Legends is the last time it was released on a modern platform was weirdly back in 2015. They released it on the PlayStation 3 and Vita, which is frustrating because neither of those platforms are still available, and for whatever reason they haven't ported it to PS4 or PS5 or Steam. And that sucks because I'd actually like a modern way of having Mega Man Legends. But is what it is. He's got a shield on. Rude. There's a tanky sucker on. I'm gonna have to examine... Oh. Okay, next one. Oh, that wasn't it. Okay. Who's gonna do the saw blade? Oh, I'm so glad this character has block chance. It is making my life legitimately easier. So I don't think he's ready to break those crystally things yet. Or maybe I was supposed to break them to weaken him down. Hard to tell. Ow. Let's see. But because Mega Man Legends is generally unavailable, it's effectively invisible to anybody that doesn't have one of these old platforms and isn't emulating said old games. which is kind of a downer because there's actually like a lot of really good games from back in the day that are going to get lost and forgotten. Kind of as a result of this scarcity. However, any game made after like there we go. Got it. Got some gold. Okay, there's another one. Oh, that's probably just a spare in case I'd missed. Probably. Is my assumption. This is a really neat boss fight. I just wish it didn't have so much health. But I guess this is what I get for not really investing in damage. Ow, what am I getting hit by? Was I like on fire? I might have been. Unfortunately, dead. It's a cool boss fight. That's just way too much health. It's fine. We still, I think, got a ton of resources, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, because there are so many games, wow, that's a hell of a lot of gold. Oh, the price did go up. So we're getting less skill points per gold now. It's fine. We're still farming tons of gold. I think I'm going to grab that one just because chance to block incoming hits is also extremely helpful. What was the other one? Damage, class skills overall. I'm mostly looking for stuff like recovery, but I think that's the most of it. Slay chance, overall damage. Yeah, so this would get me up to 25% more damage, which is probably necessary at this point. Like, I've been ignoring some of these things. I think I'm going to grab the revive. The problem with the revive is I just don't actually think it's enough. I should probably still go for passives. Because, yeah, some experience gain, some overall attack damage, some blasphemy. Probably useful. Rerolls, seals. I don't know what seals are for. It's small projectiles. Probably grab the treasure chest one. I don't know. I'm going to grab both of those. There's other stuff I should be investing in, like damage, but leave it for now. But yeah, so because games aren't going away, you run into situations where like Stardew Valley and Vampire Survivors exist. And so new games that are ostensibly great have to compete with their forebears in a way that like they never had before. So, you know, imagine if Harvest Moon had just been like the size and depth of Stardew Valley. Literally no farms. Oh, well, size and depth of Stardew Valley and as available as Stardew Valley. Literally, we'd never get another Stardew Valley. It's part of the reason why we haven't really gotten another Skyrim is because there's no room for it. You know, even Bethesda has to reckon with this a little bit. That if you want to make like the next Elder Scrolls game, it has to be bigger and better than Skyrim, and that's hard. Similarly, you know, any Fallout game has to deal with the fact that New Vegas exists and is arguably the best Fallout game. And like, luckily, New Vegas is old and clunky, and so you could probably make a nicer, newer looking version and maybe do okay with that. Like, there's always going to be a market for it. But it's tricky making these games just because it's like, hey, why should I play this instead of this other game? And I'm like, no, but it's nice. It's nice to have, you know, new stuff that try slightly different things. I don't necessarily think this one does. It just looks really nice. And from my perspective, that does count for an amount. Oh, right, we still have to get these two. Because, yeah, if I get Nidhogg and Nerthus, that probably gets us some more extremely valuable passives. I'll work on it. For now, I've been rambling. I apologize if it was too ramble. I apologize if it was too real. I just like this game because it's a good opportunity for me to ramble and reel for a bit. And also, I just think it looks really nice. And yeah, I'm not bored is one of the big ones that, like, so many of these games do get a little bit boring where your build is locked in or you're all out of objectives to go do. And this one's just like, there's always something to run around and go do. And I appreciate that. And also, I think the boss fights are actually good. Like, out of every single bullet heaven on the market, I think this is the one that actually has the good boss fights. Soulstone Survivors has good boss fights, but you rip through them in seconds, or they rip through you in seconds because the game's wildly unbalanced, in a good way, but in a way that makes the boss fights feel kind of lackluster. It's very difficult to hit that sweet spot balance-wise. This one being much more constrained means that boss fight can actually feel quite good, except for the fact that the boss fight went on for far too long and killed the shit out of me by the end of it. It's fine. Anywho, I guess with all of that said, might as well mention that Jotunheim Hordes of Hel is available on Steam if you want to pick it up and play yourselves. Follow the link in the description below. I know it's not the cheapest bullet heaven from what I remember. Yeah, it's 15 bucks. And if you want to get any of the really nice skin packs as an additional 5, I'd say just like pick one of them. If you're really committed to playing this game, just because like they really do a lot to like make some of these characters look nice. Can't believe I don't know. I never like it when my characters come pre-wounded. It's like getting those genes that are pre-damaged. Yeah, I think I really like the Entfeller stuff. It's got that like glowy lion business that I really like. It's subtle too. It's like just a shimmer. Oh, if only I could get my Warhammer minis to do that. That'd be insanely hard. Anyway, I guess with all that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like. It helps more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to check out and show off. But for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.